All right, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Herbert Niles, Associate Director for Film at the Office of Cable Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment. Thank you for joining us here today. This event offers us an opportunity to celebrate the launching of an innovative new workforce training program in the district, the Creative Economy Career Access Program, or CECAP. I would like to begin by thanking DCTV and their president and CEO, Nantz, Rickard, for hosting this event today. Not only has DCTV been devoted to the development of media professionals in the district since their founding in 1988, they will also serve as CECAP's training partner. Thank you, DCTV and Nantz, for your support. The Creative Economy Career Access Program is the first district workforce training program of its kind to specifically target the creative economy. September marks the celebration of the district's Mayor Muriel Bowser Presents 202 Creates, a series of events and programming that highlight the work and contributions of the creative economy and the greater economic and cultural fabric of the District of Columbia. In light of the mission of 202 Creates, we feel it is an appropriate opportunity for us to highlight this new program. The CECAP program is an on-the-job training program offering district resident LEAP Academy candidates an opportunity to receive training, experience, and job placement support required to establish sustainable careers in the creative economy and a pathway to the middle class. The program involves two key components: a training module that will be spearheaded by our host here today, DCTV, and an on-the-job training module that involves an up to 12-month placement with a local employer working in the creative economy. This program would not have been possible without the support of Mayor Muriel Bowser and OCTFME's Director Angie M. Gates. As soon as the Bowser administration took office, Director Gates made it a priority to establish the creative economy-focused workforce training program that would serve district residents. And without her support, we would not be here today. Please welcome and give a hand to Director Angie Gates.
Good morning, everyone. Let me first just say thank you for being here this morning. I also want to thank Nantz, Rickard. So about 30 days into the administration, I remember it clearly, January 30th, 2015. So coming from the private sector, I'm not used to going before council, doing these hearings, and I'm like, wait, I'm only 30 days in. I have a hearing? What is going on? And I remember the question being asked, how can your agency work closely with DCTV? Today represents how close we can work, and it's amazing how life can come full circle. So Nantz, I remember we had met maybe 3 days prior, and this has been a journey, but this is what represents completion of our first project, and I'm sure there'll be many, many more projects. I also want to thank Deputy Mayor Snowden and Director Carroll, who was unable to join us today in Lawan. This is a representation of when government agencies can come together. I always say we form the perfect marriage. DOES had resources that our agency did not have, and we decided to talk, communicate, and come together and join a partnership along with DCTV in order to do this event, and I thank you all for your support. For the trainees that are participating in this program, thank you for just being creative. Thank you for having the desire to do things behind the camera as well as in front of the camera. So everyone's not cut out to be an engineer or a lawyer or educator, but there's something creative in practically every business acumen. So thank you for being interested in the creative industry. And for our private partners, Rosemary, you just came from a video shoot. Thank you for joining the government and being a part of this initiative, because without private partners, we can't do this. Jermaine, I expect Ubiquitous to be a part of this next year, so let's be clear. And I want to thank the OCTFME team, Robert Ellis, Steve, Rhett, Marianne, Tiffany, Jeff. Thank you for putting on these productions throughout the month of September and being leaders on the production side that's involved in this type of creative initiatives and these these events. And Herbert Niles. So my first week, I met with my new team, and I asked Herbert a specific question. I said, what is it that you haven't been able to accomplish that you've always wanted to do? What is it that you want to do? And I'm going to help make that happen to the best of my ability. And the first thing he said is, I've been wanting to do this workforce training program. I don't want to just train people. I want them to be able to learn a media literacy talent and be able to put it to work. And so a year and 8 months, this is happening today. He has worked diligently. He has been accountable. He has been responsible. And this vision has come true. And I want to personally say thank you for working hard. Mayor Bowser has been a huge supporter of the creative community. We kicked off 202 Create September 1st. I want to acknowledge Director Espinoza and his team. And we've had a very fun-filled but effective 202 Creates initiative, and it's not going to stop in September. Deputy Mayor Kenner and the entire DemPed team has been supportive of the creative community. So we have started something that we are not finished. Today is a representation of the media literacy component. So let's continue to work together and let's create. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Director Gates. I would like to acknowledge at this time our other DC government partners that were indispensable in making this happen, including the DC Office of Human Resources and the Department of Employment Services. I'd also like to welcome and acknowledge another great supporter of this program and programs like this, Deputy Mayor for the Greater Economic Opportunity, Courtney Snowden.
So if you've ever seen me speak, you know I believe in the call and response. I know a little bit about the Black church. I know you do too. So I'm just giving you the rules up front. Let me tell you how incredibly honored I am to be here today. Isn't this a good day?
Yes.
This is a good day for a couple reasons. I'm going to tell you a story of my cousin, Janelle Snowden, who does a bunch on television, native Washingtonian, DC public school grad, and got her start right here at DCTV. She learned in junior high school and high school about this industry and is now quite successful in it. Well, guess what? This is exactly us framing, creating opportunity using that same theory that if we provide exposure to district residents, if we provide opportunity to district residents, that they will take advantage of that opportunity and turn it into a real career that pays. Now, let me tell you, when the mayor created this position, the deputy mayor for greater economic opportunity, she thought long and hard about the issues that impact our communities, particularly those that are overlooked and underserved, so significantly. And what she saw was that we had training programs in place throughout the city that trained people for jobs that didn't put them on the pathway to the middle class. Well, that's not good enough, right? No. Come on now, that's not good enough, right? No. And so today is a perfect illustration of us creating a program that actually puts our residents in a career that puts them squarely in the middle class, that prepares them for jobs that we're going to help grow. I see James Brown in the audience, and his former boss worked incredibly hard to make sure that we were investing in the creative economy, particularly around movies and recording and the industry. And so the work that they have done paired with this work and the great work that Director Gates has done is really bringing a whole range of opportunities to this city. Now we've got to prepare a workforce to be able to do it, and this program does that. Now, the great thing is when we invite more of that work in this city, when we bring the industry more in this city, when House of Cards is filmed here and not in Baltimore, right? When it's filmed here and not in Baltimore, we will see our residents being able to raise their hands for those jobs because of this program. When we bring all the BET programming from Atlanta to DC, right? Yeah. We will see those jobs come here. Director Gates and I sat in a dinner, a couple months ago, with a bunch of media execs from around the country. The African-American woman who does all the work on Veep, right, who is charged with making sure that all the work on Veep gets done. Did you even know that? No. I didn't know that, right? Emil and everyone was there, right? It was a who's who of media execs. And what we said to them was, DC is open for business. And they said, well, do you have the bodies and the residents able to do the work? And we said, we do, but just in case we don't, we're going to fix that. And again, this program is a perfect reflection of our ability to fix that reality, to bring these opportunities directly to district residents. Now, our friends at the Department of Employment Services have been doing yeoman's work to make sure that we're better utilizing resources to create the types of programs that, again, put our residents squarely on the pathway to the middle class. The mayor calls that giving them a fair shot. And that's what we're doing here in the District of Columbia. We're incredibly proud of that work. Now, the LEAP program is one that we're really proud of, and the mayor's particularly proud of it because it was one of her fresh ideas. She said, we need to prepare district residents for district government jobs. And then she thought, well, we don't have to stop there. We can prepare district residents for local jobs right here in the city and the private sector. And this is one of our first opportunities to highlight that fantastic idea. And so I want to thank all of the private partners that have come to the table to make this happen. When we are able to effectively structure public-private partnerships that don't cost folks a lot of money, but create opportunity for our residents, we are creating magic, literally. And we did that with this program. So I want to thank all of the government partners who came to the table to get this done. I want to thank all of the private sector partners. But most importantly, I want to thank the trainees who took a chance on a program that's brand new. Only because they're excited to access something different, only because they know there's great opportunity that exists beyond some of the low barrier jobs that we have in this city, and are willing to put themselves out there to learn something new. And you're learning something new, aren't you? It's good stuff, right? Well, we're pretty excited about it, just as this young man is. And so we're incredibly excited about this partnership today. We're excited to see it roll out. But most importantly, we're excited about how much excitement the private sector is going to experience as they see this work. And we'll be able to replicate it throughout other industries, creating real opportunities for district residents right here in the District of Columbia. Thank you so much.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Nantz Rickard, President and CEO of DCTV. As I mentioned earlier, DCTV is the certified training partner for this program. DCT will provide the CECAP trainees 6 weeks of training in introductory media, production, and post-production skills. At the end of the training module, the trainees will complete a production project they can keep for their professional resume. Thank you, DCT, for your partnership. Nantz, would you like to say a few words?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good enough you can hear me here. So the Janelle Snowden, right, is, yes. I'm going to start with that story because that really says who we are. For almost 30 years, we've had these production facilities, studios, education courses, all the professional support that is necessary for anybody in the District of Columbia, any organization, any individual to come in here, learn how to do this. Or if you already do it on your own, which a lot of people do, this is one of the richest media cities in the world, to bring the programming in here. And then we have these channels, open access, so that we schedule programming that is all about DC by DC. They're the only channels in the entire national system that are that. And so along with office cable television channels and the education channels here, it's an amazing resource that we have, and this city has been one of the most committed cities to making sure that that is leveraged on behalf of the district residents. This is just another step in that same direction. I really want to thank the mayor for her commitment to getting this together. I want to thank Director Gates, who it really has been a pleasure to work with, and I'm hoping for much, much more of this. She works tirelessly to leverage the cable resources to maximize the services and opportunities for the district residents, and this is another example of that. She's committed to advancing and growing these unparalleled resources, and she's a great partner for DCTV, and I just want to thank you.
Thank you.
Again. I also want to really thank Associate Director Herbert Niles. Director Gates commented on this briefly, but I'm going to extend this. How many years have we been talking?
Gosh, I want to say 3.5 maybe.
How about 7?
Well, I've only been here 5. I've only been here 5.
Okay,
but
5.
It's a long time.
It's been since
A
you
long
came
time.
here, since
Yes,
you were
since
in
I
this.
Came here.
Okay,
Since I came here.
I thought
for
you've been
sure.
here longer. Anyway, so 5 years. So there was this idea that there was a way to do this, and that there was a way to do it even better by partnering between government and us. And we have, of course, our almost 3 decades of our education opportunities. Our training program is considered really one of the best in the area, hands-on training program. I really have Jasmine White back here to thank for that, and the team at DCTV. But, you know, tirelessly, this team has been working on advancing something. You know how hard it is to get a new idea, the runners of a new idea broken out of the ice and get something moving and get traction. And it took all these people a lot of energy to do it. And I am really grateful. I'm really honored to be part of this, that we get to be part of this program. That, you know, in my testimony to the council for, I've been with DCTV since 1987. And every year we will go before the council, and every year I bring up the issue that this city is one of the top media markets, not just in the country, but in the entire world, and that we're one of the few places in the city that actually does this kind of training. So how about expanding this? And how about expanding this in a way that actually focuses on those opportunities for career? We've been giving youth the opportunity to come in and find out, is this something they want to do for a career? What does it feel like? What is it like to be on the ground working with other people doing this? We've been doing that for about 25 years. Being able to expand this to people looking for career changes, looking for even making their own career that they're in better. This is great. We're so on board. We've been doing this in our small way, and this allows us to expand it even further. We've had people come through here over the years. The people that did all the site location for West Wing started their new career at DCTV. There's been other people who have gone on to smaller market, like directors of television channels for news. They've gone on to PBS. They've gone on to all kinds, the entire range, corporate, industrial, video. We have been this lab, and now that we have this opportunity, we get to expand so much more, and we're really, really thrilled for it. Just last thing, I just want to really thank again the mayor for her commitment, Director Gates, Herbert, Niles, DOES, all the different partners that came together to make this happen, because it's when you put people together, you get the exponential. And that's what we're doing here. And the strong commitment to DCTV over the years, including from Councilmember Orange, all the previous mayors, all the previous councils throughout our entire history, has been strong, steady, and allowed us to get to this place. So we are very grateful, we're very honored, and we are really looking forward to working with the employers and with all of the people that are going to come through this program. We're hoping you get the most fabulous experience of your lives. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nantz. So now we have the opportunity to acknowledge our first CECAP class and our first group of employer partners. So I want to start by acknowledging Meridian Hill Pictures. We have Michelle Aguilar, Director of Production for Meridian Hill Pictures, representing that company. It's a DC-based production company that produces socially relevant feature-length and short documentaries. Their most recent feature, City of Trees, is an award-winning documentary that has been featured at several national film festivals. Meridian Hill's CECAP trainee is Kenya Raymond.
All right.
Pigmental Studios, we did not have a representative of Pigmental Studios because they were busy today, but we were able to have their CECAP trainee join us today. That's Gabriel Alston. Pigmental is an animation studio that has recently made the district its home after relocating from Los Angeles. Just last Friday, Pigmental hosted a ribbon-cutting event announcing the opening of their DC offices. Pigmental will be producing feature-length and short-form animation projects. Here also representing Ventana Productions is Richard Feather, Director of Business Development. Ventana is recognized locally and nationally as a leader in quality television production services that produces content for television, corporate, PR agency, and government clients. Ventana CECAP trainee is Devon Cole. Mike DeSalvo is here representing the Content Farm. Their trainee, Tatayo Adegokye, was not able to come here today, but we do have a representative from the Content Farm. The Content Farm is a local production company best known as the producer of the critically acclaimed PBS series Live at 9:30. And they are currently producing a feature documentary, Don't Stop the Music. Thank you, Mike and Content Farm. CECAP employer partner Good Fight Media. Their executives weren't able to make it today because they're out doing what they do, production, but we were able to have their Good Fight Media CECAP trainee here today, Walter Quigley. And here representing our agency, we're taking on a trainee as well, is our training program supervisor, Brenda Mallory, and our CECAP trainee, John Anderson III. And finally, I'd like to welcome and introduce Rosemary Reed of Double R Productions. Founded in 1987, Double R Productions is a full-service communications firm specializing in television and video production. They provide training and services and state-of-the-art post-production and graphic services as well. SanQuan Long is their CECAP trainee. Rosemary would like to say a few words and talk a little bit about her experience working with us on the beginning of this program and the first few weeks with SanQuan.
Well, it's great to be, it's great to be here because we produced a thing here for DC Primary Care Association about a year ago? And that was a really successful and great experience. So thank you very much for having us come back. I have to just give you a little background on this. Herbert Niles has been driving me insane with this project. And, you know, he's been talking about this for what seems like more than 5 years. And you know, he kept saying, and I said, you know, I've got this internship program, but it's only, you know, for a semester, and I'm not sure this is going to work, and blah, blah, blah. He just kept bugging me, and bugging me, and bugging me. And then along comes Angela Gates, and, of course, the mayor who appointed her. And I remember meeting with Ms. Gates, I don't know, about 2 months in when you had just first come here. She kind of looked like a deer in the headlights, just a bit, but I was happy to know that Herbert was still going to be on the team. And that made me go, okay, she's got a good backup here, and she's going to do great. So I'm thrilled that this has finally come to be. And I'm especially thrilled with our SanQuan here, who is working diligently already. As a matter of fact, this morning, we were already at the National Credit Union Administration. We were videotaping the chief economist, which, you know, it's not exactly the most exciting stuff. But, you know, what we did this morning is going to go out to all the credit unions across the nation saying, here's the state of where we are. And it's really important work. So I was really thrilled that we were able to move him up a little bit so we could be here today. And I wanted SanQuan to come along. Actually, was it last week? 2 weeks ago. Well, let me tell you about SanQuan. When we interviewed him, he says, oh, I want to be an actor. And I'm going, well, okay, we like actors, and, you know, I've done a little acting myself, and I thought that would be fun. But I said, you need to know what goes on behind the scenes so you can really know both sides of the camera. Well, the credit union, again, wanted us to do a thing on safeguarding secure information, and he became the extra that basically was the guy that gave away all the goods. And actually, we just turned in that piece yesterday, and already we're getting rave reviews. So SanQuan and another intern actually played those. You know, the other intern was bribing him with cookies and all that stuff, and gave him then a fake secure information thing, and it worked really beautifully. So he has already been on camera, and we're thrilled by that. But one of the reasons this is working, and I say this to all the other participants and would-be participants. We have a little thing here. It's like a little manual. I've been having interns since 1989. And over the years, we have developed a very, very specific training manual that I'm pretty proud of. And it gives them, from the get-go, short-term assignments, long-term assignments, and then everything in between. So he and his fellow intern, I call him that at this point, because I said to Herbert, I said, he's got to go through this and he's got to pass. I'm happy to say that he not only passed the oral quiz, but the written quiz on both editing and shooting just this last week. But this is his little Bible, and it tells him exactly, there's underlines, there's specific tasks. They're going to do a pro bono shoot. And actually, I'm told this week, if anybody else is interested, there's apparently a DC statehood rally at some point. One of the requirements in here is that every intern team that I have has to go out and cover a news event. So if this thing turns out, he and his other fellow intern will be going out and covering that. So stand by, and I hope you'll watch it. So that's one of the reasons it's been so successful, but I'm very proud of SanQuan. He's just jumped in, he's fit in beautifully, he's working really hard, and I think you were the first one to start of all the trainees, because I said to Herbert, he's got to start right after Labor Day, and so he did, and I'm very pleased about that. Come on up, just for a second. Just tell us
Say a couple
a few words. Yes.
How y'all doing? First, giving honor to God. First in my life. Yes, working with Rosemary. I just thought I was gonna be on the computer. I come in, they're like, showing me, gave me a tour of her place and everything, and then here's the computer, but the Bible right here. I'm looking through it and I see, I can't read off what's in here right now, but it's good information. And it really shows me like what I'm gonna do every day from here on to I ain't gonna say the rest of the year, but months ahead, things like that, and that really helps me instead of just coming in there and just like, what I'm gonna do today. I can go home and work from there and come there like, I got this done ready for you, things like that. So Rosemary's really doing a nice thing right here, and I want to thank DCTV and CECAP and everybody else who had all this, put this together. Mr. Herbert, Daniel in the background, and that's all I have to say. Thank you.
So my advice is put them to work, because this is a great program. And once he finishes this, then the next set of interns that come in, he'll be helping to train them. And you learn by training. And so I think he's going to be perfect for next semester. I can't wait. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rosemary. Without the support and the buy-in from our local media employer community, this would not be possible. So please give a hand to the CECAP and First Employer Partner Group. Thank you. So I want to thank you. It's the end of our program. I want to thank you all for coming here today. Your support and your buy-in and your contributions and all the partnerships that made this happen. It wasn't an easy lift, but it's so gratifying to be at this moment. So also we want to scale this and grow this and do this year after year. So all of you in this community, this creative community, spread the word about the program. If you know of an employer that might be interested in signing on, having them reach out to us at OCTFME. If you have other DC residents that are interested in the LEAP Academy and interested in getting in this program, let us know and we can hook you up with DOES, and they can get you in our candidate pool and we can get you in the loop. So again, I want to thank you all. We're going to take a few pictures, and then our trainees are going to have a tour of DCTV a little bit later so they can get an idea of their upcoming training opportunity. But thank you again, and have a great day, everyone.